there a lot quicker. Keep an eye on him here. Got to get there a lot quicker. Such a key position. The wrong way. Such a key position as mid-wicket. Over the years, we've had his heat streak there. We've had any blick note there.
Musi Sibanda, there's a good piece of fielding as well. Stop the single.
Musi Sibanda, and there's a good piece of fielding as well. Didn't stop the single. Definitely stops the brace.
Zimbabwe, the bowling has been really good.
They've just been good today. Zimbabwe, the bowling has been really good. And the fielding,
he's quick.
He's very good though. Seen him fielding a few games so far, and he's quick, busy.
You never found yourself at the wicket there? Heard you mention your name?
You never found yourself at the wicket there? Never heard you mention your name?
In the air for a moment.
To find like more busy zones, good arm.
Boundary?
Yeah,
to find like more
no,
busy zones, good arm.
Hot zones. I like to cover a lot more ground. You know, I like to have that. When I leave the field, I've really pushed the odometer. Burn out the GPS and the collar. The fast men on the bigger part of the ground, the boundaries. Big arm. Need the fast men on the bigger part of the ground, the boundaries. You know. Big arm. Nicely bowled again, bringing the stumps into play. Good over, just 2 runs off it. Nicely bowled again, bringing the stumps into play. The good over, just 2 runs off it. It is 73 for 2.
The 22 overs gone, 73 for 2. Andy Baldino 31 and Heritage on 18.
The options used this morning by Craig Irvin, Garala. The options used this morning by Craig Irvin, Garala, Zarbani Kwandu, Masakadza. These guys are slightly expensive, but it's all been really good. Under 4 runs and over. The economy, and it reflects to where Ireland have batted as well. Their run rate is at 3.32. They're holding the game nicely. A lot of pressure, a lot of consistency. They're just focusing on Harry Tector here, despite his struggles in this series. They're just focusing on Harry Tector here, despite his struggles in this series and the struggles he's had in the recent past. He's still averaging 58.28 versus Zimbabwe. No other player in the team that's averaging over 50 besides Balbirnie at 41.64 misfield.
So this is a real.
And the reason I bring that up is because they're both batting right now. So this is a real key partnership.
And also the fact that they've had a quiet series, haven't they? I mean, Balbirnie got the first ball. Didn't get really a start in the second ODI. He's been really watchful.
Harry Tector slow in the first one. The second one is
slow in the first
busy,
one.
but also got
the second one is sort of
edged one to the keeper,
looked busy, but also got
actually
edged one to the keeper. So
they're probably the key here to
experienced players in this team, and
they're
probably the key here to ensuring that that Ireland get to a decent enough total to put Zimbabwe under pressure.
So, as you sort of meander through this period as a bowling unit, fielding unit and a batting unit, you'd think, in the partnership of 35 for 57, it's not hurting you. You'd think from a bowling perspective, you keep this going for another 5 overs. You soak up so many dot balls, you soak up so much. And Ireland need to make a play at the back end, and from what I'm seeing of the surface, when you come in, you're not going to get going straight away. It's going to take you some time. Use of the feet and nicely bowled. End of the over. 77 for 2. Use of the feet and nicely bowled. End of the over. 77 for 2. beautiful day.
Saw
Yeah, in Harare.
Sterling struggle in the
Slightly on the
second
humid side. We saw Sterling struggle in the second ODI with cramp.
put in a lot of fluid into the body.
So I have
Juice, they
to
say, helps with cramp.
maybe put in a lot of fluid into the body.
24
Pickle juice,
hours
they say,
before
helps
the
with
actual
cramp.
game.
But it's what happens
Staying hydrated.
24 hours before the actual game. In terms of staying hydrated.
Just dropped short.
In the air!
I think. But there's
Oh,
also a
just
dive,
dropped
so it's
short.
just getting away from him.
I think. But there's also a dive,
Well, if
so
he
it's
did
just
take
getting
it-
away
take that,
from
it
him.
would have been a brilliant catch. But it just illustrates how
Yeah,
well.
well,
if he did take that, it would have been a
Guandu
brilliant
has bowled
catch.
in the
But
spell
it
so
just
far, it's
illustrates
just
how
too
well
He's just
Guandu has
ran
bowled in
in,
the spell
hit
so
the
far.
deck
It's just
hard
too
and
wide.
The ball has
He's just
misbehaved on that
ran
occasion.
in, hit the deck hard, and the ball is so it's a wonderful misbehave on that
spell
occasion
by him so far in his 7th over.
So it's a wonderful
Very
wonderful
economical.
spell by him so far in his 7th over.
As bowling nicely.
Very
and,
economical.
Some of the things you possibly need to focus on. And we've seen it
As
with,
bowling
uh,
nicely,
Blessing
and
Mazarabani
some of
is
the
that
things you
he's bowled the
possibly need to
quarter
focus
seam
on,
delivery. So there's the quarter
and we've
seam,
seen
and
it
you
with
just run your
Blessing
fingers
Mazarabani,
in
is
that
that
direction there.
he's bowled the
Hope
quarter
the ball
seam
comes
delivery. So
back
there's
off
the
the
quarter
seam,
seam, and you
or
just
holds
run your
its line and
fingers
finds
in
the
that
outside edge.
direction there.
On the
Hope the
surface,
ball comes
variation is
back
gonna
off
be
the
quite
seam
interesting.
or
You
holds
can
its
also
line and
go
finds
with
the
the
outside edge.
cross-seam
On the
delivery.
surface, variation
Things
is
get a
going to be
little
quite
bit
interesting.
difficult.
You can
sort
also
of
go
play
with the
with the seam
cross
and bowl
seam
the off
delivery.
cutter, and maybe
When
one
things
off
get a
the
little bit
back of the
difficult,
hand.
you can also sort of play with the seam and bowl the off
Come back to
cutter,
that.
and maybe one out the back of the hand. We'll come back to that. So just for everybody at home and some that are also trying to learn about the variations. Just for everybody at home and some that are also trying to learn about the variations that you need to bring on a slightly slower surface. You can also go with the knuckleball, which is sort of deep in the hand there. Charles Langerfeldt was very good with that. And when he played ODI cricket, with the different variations. And now, Vic, I sort of tell everybody at home about all these variations, and I bring it up because of this particular pitch. Your thoughts on what sort of the seamers need to do. As much as he's hitting the deck, he needs natural variations off the surface.
Yeah, I think first of all that the lane's quite crucial, isn't it? I think they've bowled a really good
Yeah,
length.
I think first of
One
all
thing
that the
we've
lane's
seen
quite
on all
crucial,
these
isn't it? I think
surfaces
they've
if you're
bowled
willing
a
to
really
hit the
good
deck
length.
hard,
I think one thing that we've
hard,
seen on all these
the ball
surfaces
just
is if you're
misbehaves
willing
a
to hit
touch,
the
and
deck hard,
occasionally if you can,
the
all the
ball just
variations
misbehaves a
that
touch.
you've
And
mentioned,
occasionally, if
different
you
bowlers,
can,
different styles,
all the
what they
variations
prefer
that
doing.
you've
The
mentioned
off-cut
here,
is
I mean,
not a
different
bad ploy
bowlers,
because
different
the ball
styles,
will just
what they prefer
hold on to
doing.
the
The
surface.
off-cut is not a bad
You
ploy
find
because the
other
ball
bowlers
will
that
just
prefer bowling
hold on
the
to the
knuckle
surface.
ball.
You
saw
find
Mark
other
Adair
bowlers that
bowl
prefer bowling the knuckle
back
ball.
of a hand that you've
We
also
saw
just mentioned.
Mark Adair bowl
These deliveries you really have to work
the back
on.
of a hand
You
that
need
you've
to have
also
the
just
confidence
mentioned.
that when you
And these
do bowl
deliveries you
them,
really have to
you
work
the
on them, isn't
confidence
it? You
of
need to
bowling
have the
at a
confidence
specific
that
length
when
for
you
that
do bowl them,
specific surface.
you have the confidence at bowling
So
at
far, so
the
good for
specific
Zimbabwe.
length for that specific
I'll come back to
surface.
that.
So far so good
Again,
for
just to
Zimbabwe.
Perhaps now
I'll come
create
back
the
to that.
balance of what a batter is looking at.
Seamers bowling again, just to
Thinking about
perhaps now
variation
create
in
the
the
balance of what a
surface.
batter is looking at and what a batter's
Final delivery.
thinking about variation in a surface. Final delivery of the 24th. 79 for 2.
Nicely again. Ends the over, remains 79 for 2.
And bowled nicely again. Ends the over, remains 79 for 2.
Was gone at 79 for 2.
Tantalizing. Wickets in hand, they haven't lost.
Still tantalizing.
Since,
Wickets in hand, they haven't lost any more
37
since
now.
42 for
Have a
2.
look at this, Vic.
Partnership
When you're out there and did the
37
pitch
now.
report, that looks dry, doesn't it?
Yeah, just have a look at
Yeah,
this,
it
Vic.
does
When
look
you're
dry.
out there and did the pitch report, that looks dry, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does look dry. The only thing is, I mean, there's a few cracks on that surface. Yeah, the only thing is, if you look at that area there, look at the amount of grass that's on that pitch. It's just going to hold it together, and I think because it's dry and there's grass on it, there's no pace on it.
Heaved
Quiet
away.
period this for them, and
It's not a great
they need some
delivery.
sort
1
of
bounce for
momentum.
4.
Yeah,
almost
something to
halfway
put away
into
for the
this
Irish.
game.
It's been a quiet period this for them, and they need some sort of momentum.
Good. Puts it away for
Almost halfway into this game. It's just a free hit, isn't it? It's a long hop, and the placement is
Yeah, we'll
good.
talk about
Puts it away for
matchups.
4.
And obviously that dryness in the surface, you'll be thinking your spinner needs to capitalize on that. Yeah, we'll talk about matchups. Bowled yet to see what and obviously that dryness in the surface, you'll be thinking your spinner needs to capitalize on that. At a healthy strike rate. Raza hasn't bowled yet. We'll see what he bowls. But Balbirnie versus slow left arm spin in ODIs averages 56 at a healthy strike rate of 84. So this could be a change up that Zimbabwe may need right now against slow left arm spin. And to make it even more interesting is that Harry Tector averages 79 against slow left arm spin and strikes at just under 84. So here's the part of the game, if you do your homework and you think about the game and you think about matchups, this one particularly the two batters doesn't sort of build up nicely.
And I think it was the first over that he bowled. It got one to actually...
Given the two batters at the crease.
And keeper misjudged that hit him. And I think it was the first over that he bowled. It got one to actually rip. And keeper misjudged that, hit him on his head. And I thought, oh, that's a good delivery. That sort of the same shot that he's playing now. He had a... didn't have a fielder backward square. He hit and that then it was Balbirnie that sort of the same shot that he's playing now. He had a sort of changed. Didn't have a fielder at backward square. He hit that one just behind and went for 4. And so ever since then, he's sort of changed his length. He's not comfortable in pitching the ball up. End of the over. 87 for 2. So he's bowled most of his deliveries sort of back of a length. And if he gets the timing wrong, well, he's bowled 1 or 2 long hops. End of the over. 87 for 2.
Projections now halfway through the innings. 25 overs gone, 87 for 2. You start looking at projections now halfway through the innings. 25 overs gone, 87 for 2. You start looking at 6 runs and over, surely.
Economical.
We'll get to that 237, 240, 250. There's Raza's record.
Yeah, very economical.
Setien. Setien.
Wait on.
Have a look at his first ball. Talk about variation. Hides the ball away from batter and bowls the off spinner. Have a look at his first ball. Talk about variation. Hides the ball away from batter and he bowls the off spinner. So he starts off with. Just keep an eye on that as well. Raza has all these different deliveries that he has. So he decides. He starts off with the off spinner, but what I like about that is he runs up. He's sort of hiding the ball behind him. There we go. And so he decides at the very last moment. Bowls another off. He bowled a carom ball, straighter one, the quicker one. There we go. Bowls another offie on that occasion.
Where's your footy?
Just needs to get his rhythm going, doesn't it? And you generally think that the off spinner just needs to get his rhythm going, doesn't it? And you generally think that the off spinner, it's the delivery that he likes bowling. Bowls a little bit straighter, quicker delivery.
Have a look at this. Which one's this, Vic? Took your time. Now for everybody at home, see how Gift, Vic's taking his time there. Oh, misfield. I like how you took your time. And now for everybody at home, see how Gift, Vic's taking his time there. Oh, misfield. I am Harry Tector and I'm saying, well, where's it going to go? Where's that ball? Comes out at the last minute. It's the one out the front of the very last moment. So here we go. I am Harry Tector and I'm saying, well, where's it going to go? Where's that ball? Comes out at the last minute. It's the one out the front of the hand. Almost looks like a carom ball. So you've got to be so watchful, so clever in
Probing
your
over.
movement
Keep an
and
eye
your
on that,
decision
everybody.
making.
It's 89 for 2.
Probing over. Keep an eye on that, everybody. It's 89 for 2.
Raza into the piece. Zarabani. I like how he's used him there, so there's always an opportunity to bring him back to maybe
Raza
break
into the
partnership.
piece.
Very economical today. 5
Zarabani,
overs, 0 for 10.
yeah, I like how he's used him there, so
But
there's
the
always an
matchup
opportunity to
between,
bring him back to maybe break a
left arm
partnership.
spinner,
Very economical today. 5 overs,
Masakadza,
0 for
Balboni
10.
and Tector continues.
But the matchup between left arm spinner, Masakadza, Balboni, and Tector continues. Swept away. Watch the spin. Oh, at the last moment. Holds his position. Lots of crack. Swept away. Watch the spin. Oh, at the last moment. Matchup between the left arm holds his position. Doubts of catch it because it's in the air. I just mention again the matchup between the left arm spin and these two batters. Greg Irvin still has
Brian
Wesley
Bennett
Madevere,
is
who
off
is
spin as
very
well.
capable in ODI cricket, white ball
And if
cricket.
you want to be a bit
Still
adventurous,
have
maybe you go to Jonathan Campbell.
Brian Bennett
Quite
with his off
surprised
spin as
he
well.
bowled before Wesley.
And if you want to be a bit adventurous, maybe you go to
For
Jonathan
LBW.
Campbell.
Confusion.
I was quite surprised
Drops the
that
bat.
he bowled before
Direct
Wesley.
hit, but he's made his ground.
Last
Outside the line.
Outs for LBW. Confusion. Drops the bat. Direct hit, but
that's
he's
a
made
close
his
call,
ground.
that.
I think he's outside the line.
I think he's bowling the better length here in this over so far, this first 3 deliveries.
Oh, that's a close call, that. I think he's bowling the better length here in this over so far, this first 3 deliveries. Oh, I think it's closer than that.
Yeah. Tector there just stuck at the crease. Wasn't sure if he was going to give it out or not. And it's
Yeah.
opposite end. I think maybe
Tector there just stuck at the crease. Wasn't sure if he was going to be given out or not. Then had to scamper to the opposite end. I think maybe also some bat involved there.
And think about it. The umpire doesn't go leg by, so definitely off the bat.
And think about it. The umpire doesn't go leg by, so definitely off the bat.
So even to push my point even further with the left arm spinner, these two batters, Balboni averages 28.
So even
strike
to
rate of 78,
push my
and
point
Tector
even further with the
averages
left arm
33
spinner,
and a
these
strike
two
rate of
batters,
70. They now have
Balboni
a
averages
50-run partnership.
28 and a strike rate of 78,
Compared
and
to the left arm
Tector
spinner
averages
averaging both over
33
50,
and a strike rate of 70. They now have a 50-run
comfortable
partnership
against the left arm spinner.
compared to the
End of the
left arm
over,
spinner
93 for
averaging
2.
both over 50 and look comfortable against the left arm spinner. End of the over, 93 for 2.
Good to see you with us. Huh?
Over 93 for 2.
Sterling, Camphor, heroes from the second ODI. Out at this stage.
Sterling and Camphor, the heroes
This
from the second
partnership
ODI.
moving nicely. 52
Out
off
at this
83.
stage.
It's hard work out there, but give yourself a chance. You have
But
to
this
set up your stall
partnership
and take
blooming
the game
nicely.
as deep as possible.
52 off 83. It's hard work out there, but
look good today.
give yourself a chance. You have to set up your stall and take the game as deep as possible. Be there at the end. There you are, Harry
On the
Tector's
Raza
look
watch,
good
aren't
today.
we? The variations that he is now producing.
5. Oh!
Are we on the Raza watch, aren't we? The variations that he's now producing.
5, 4.
Making sure he has the right field in place.
Easy, man. Off cutter. Off spinner.
Right, which one is this, Vic?
It's easy when you have
Easy, man. Off cutter. Off spinner.
So there comes a bit of a pattern.
Right, it's easy when you have 3 monitors.
So that's 3 off spinners in a row now.
Nice.
Yeah, so there comes a bit of a pattern here with how Raza goes about his work. So that's
What's this one?
3 off spinners in a row now.
That's a little bit quicker out the hand and also a little bit out the front of the hand.
What's this one? That's seen a little bit quicker out the hand and also a little bit out the
Hidden up
front of
there,
the hand.
Changes it at the last moment. There you go.
And on the
Carom
ball,
as well, but
hidden
more
up to
shoulder,
there,
getting it
changes
out.
it at the last moment. And there you go.
What's that one, Vic?
We have a carom ball as well, but more shoulder, getting it out a little bit quicker. What's that one, Vic?
Just too easy, man. Another quicker delivery. Back of a lane.
Confusion a little bit on that occasion. But
The offie.
It's
arm
quicker.
done. End of the over. 28 gone.
Oh, confusion a little bit on that occasion, but there's no harm done. End of the over. 28 gone, 96 for 2.
A 28 over gone, 96 for 2. Zimbabwe won the toss and chose to ball first. Heritage on 31. Andy Balbini on 41.
Thankful for a bowling masterclass from Ed Rainsford and Victor Pitsang. But at 6 and over. Thankful for a bowling masterclass from Ed Rainsford on the low side. Pitsang. But at 6 and over, Ireland get themselves to 228. I think that's probably on the low side. 50 from 54 from 89. Close to that 270, 280. But this is a good partnership. 50 from this is a great idea from 89. From the Zimbabwe captain. Bring Muzarabani in, try and break this partnership. And this is a great idea from the Zimbabwe captain. Bring Muzarabani in, try and break this partnership.
Yes, they have been able just to keep the scoring rate down for Zimbabwe, but what's important is look to the spinners. Nothing is given. Yes, they have been able just to keep the scoring rate down for Zimbabwe, but what's important is partnership continues. Zimbabwe's bowling attack to look for wickets. That's what will be key, and that's what will get them into a very good position later on. Because the more that this partnership continues, the better platform that they give themselves to have a decent target to be able to defend later on.
Oh, that's a good single. Harry Tector called that one. I think it's also important to remember. Oh, that's a good single. Harry Tector called that one. To this ball. I think it's also important to remember 2 balls used in ODI cricket. To this ball. Blessing Zarabani to use. She's 14 overs old with this newish ball. Still quite hard, so there is something in for Blessing Zarabani to use on this with this newish ball. We saw was a little bit greener wicket when we looked at the pitch this morning. So he's probably looking to try and get a little bit of seam movement, a little bit of reaction out that wicket.
And the start of the day was coming from the city end. Now it's coming from definitely looking for something. The surface is changed ends as well. Better fortune. And the start of the day was coming from the city end. Now it's coming from the golf course end. Looking for better fortune from Ireland. And these two have done well. Balboni on 42, Tector on 31. But the partnership has been good from Ireland. And these two have done well. Balboni on 42, Tector on 31.
Sports Club. Some threat of rain later on. A little bit of cloud cover over Harare Sports Club. Harry Tector, but this is some good threat of rain later on. For both sides. Cut away. Harry Tector, but this is a good period of play. Zimbabwe slightly ahead, just a nose ahead. Both sides, I'd like to say. Run rate 3.42. It's no clear victor here. Zimbabwe slightly ahead, just a nose ahead. They had this morning. That current run rate 3.42. I think they would like to have another wicket or two given the start they had this morning. It's into the air for a bit and it's not managed to hold on to it. Exactly what Blessing Zarabani has been brought on for. It's into the air for a bit and it's not managed to hold on to it. Exactly what Blessing Zarabani has been brought on for. And that signal from Wesley Madavere suggests he might have been into a good position. A little unsighted, lost sight of it somewhere. But it gets to him on the full here. And he doesn't get himself into a good position to affect this catch. And Zarabani
begging for
furious.
Away. Not able to fully grasp it. Wesley Madere. The chance that Zimbabwe's been begging for has come your way. Not able to fully grasp it.
Absolute, almost perfect setup created by Craig Irvin's captaincy into the 29th. 100 up, 100 for 2. Absolute, almost perfect setup created by Craig Irvin's captaincy into the 29th. 100 up, 100 for 2.
Raza, it's been good. Just asking the right questions.
Raza's been good.
Use his feet.
Just asking the right questions.
193 deliveries.
And Tector's response is to use his feet.
One a little quicker, 84.
First 100 of 93 deliveries.
That's the pull shot.
Delivery, sorry.
I think he's headed one enough
Second one
to
a
find
little
the gap.
quicker for 84.
Brian Bennett's not going to get to that
Zimbabwe.
one. As Harry Tector hits
That's the pull
Raza
shot.
for the
I think
first
he's headed well
boundary
enough to
of
find the
this
gap.
morning.
Brian Bennett's not going to get to that one. As Harry Tector hits Raza for the first boundary of this morning.
Not from the middle of the bat
And
towards the
Tector picked up the
end,
length quite early on that
but
occasion.
enough power on it to see it through
And
the
he
boundary.
hit it quite well.
Campbell took two great
Not from the middle of the
catches, not
bat
able
towards
to
the
stop that
toe
one.
end, but he had enough power on it to see it through the boundary. Campbell took two great catches, not able to stop that one.
Such a good shot off the previous delivery. Harry Tector played the traditional pull shot.
Such a good shot off the
Step
previous
away to the
delivery.
offside, then you clear the front foot. Kept
Harry
it on the
Tector
ground.
played
made sure
the traditional
these
pull
days,
shot.
Just generally.
Step away to the offside, then you clear the front foot.
They swivel off
Kept
that
it on the
back
ground,
foot,
made
looking for
sure.
distance in the
Cricketers
air.
these days just generally
Looking to keep it down.
one movement.
That's the leg spinner.
And they swivel off that
And,
back
he
foot,
picked
looking
it.
for distance in the
Danny
air.
looking to go over extra
Really looking to
cover
keep it
and
down.
find the outside
And
edge.
that's the leg spinner. And he picked it. Did Andy Balburney, looking to go over, finds the outside edge.
Come off.
I really wanted to play the inside out shot on that occasion.
Curran would have lit his eyes, but it just went over
Didn't
him.
come off. Thickish outside edge in the air for a while. Ben Curran would have lit his eyes, but it just went over him.
It's been an eventful couple of overs that we've had so far. Zaramani's job catching this one, Balburney.
It's been an eventful couple of overs.
This time
that
he
we've had
nails
so
it.
far.
This time he's got it.
This one, Balburney.
And Trevor Gwandu's done very well here.
This time he nails it. This time
Still
he's got it.
Going to want to check
And
on
Trevor
this boundary.
Gwandu's done very well here.
There's,
Probably still going to want to check on this boundary. There's
saw him attempt to get it into this part of the ground earlier, but this time not off the middle of the bat again, towards the toe of the bat. But Trevor
saw him
Gwandu's
attempt
covered a
to
lot of
get it
ground.
into this part of the ground earlier, but this
Done
time
well
not off the middle of the bat
This
again,
down
towards
to
the
2
toe
runs.
of the bat. But
30
Trevor
overs
Gwandu's
gone.
covered a lot of ground,
109 for
and I
2.
think he's done well enough to keep this down to 2 runs. 30 overs gone, 109 for 2. Most runs for Ireland across all formats. Paul Sterling just short of 10,000 runs, and Andy Balbirnie just crossed most runs for Ireland across all formats. Paul Sterling, international cricket for Ireland, short of 10,000 runs, and Andy Balbirnie just crossed 6,000 runs in international cricket for Ireland. 800s, 27. Wesley Madavere put one down in Zarabani's previous
over off Balbirnie. Gave a signal.
Wesley Madavere put one down in Zarabani's previous over off Balbirnie, and he gave a signal, but he didn't pick it cleanly.
Across the ground on the other side of the field from him, and these
There's some white backgrounds
here at
across
Sports Club.
the ground on the other side of the field from him, and these porter cabins that are offices here at Harare Sports Club.
Probably got a little unsighted on that white
follow the line to where Wesley Madavere is at backward point. I think he probably got a little unsighted on that white background.
As
soon as he dropped that catch, he made a signal that suggested he didn't pick it up cleanly.
Uppercutted deliberately,
That's still's got to go down as a chance for Zimbabwe.
Third man can't cut it off.
That's in the air. It's uppercutted deliberately, and Jonathan Campbell running around from third man can't cut it off.
Come Andy Balbirnie's way, and this one will take him up to 50.
Well, a couple of runs have come Andy Balbirnie's way, and this one will take him up to 50.
Very patient this morning. Strike rate after that boundary just
off the outside edge, but still he'll take them. He has been very patient this morning.
Tall for Ireland.
Strike rate after that boundary just be 57, but definitely has been a man standing tall for Ireland.
Texture this time calls a quick single.
That's a good run, Harry Texture this time.
That was safe. That was not going to carry on.
Calls a quick single.
And then took the single.
Andy Balbirnie just took a little time to make sure that that was safe. That was not going to carry on onto his stumps.
And Marumani
single.
Looks to have
but Eli,
throw down to the non-strikers.
Have a look at this one quickly. He has a look first, and Marumani looks to have a throw down to the non-strikers end. And Blissim Zarabani had no idea there was an opportunity behind him.
Good work from Tector again this time. Soft hands. Keeps rotating the strike. And
that's good work from Tector again this time. Soft hands. Keeps rotating the strike. And he applauds his teammate.
They have a 74-run partnership that these two have.
Display of cricketing understanding.
50 Tector now into the 40s.
Oh, they've been batting well together.
They have a great understanding
of each other. They have a 74-run partnership that these two have.
Yes,
Balbirnie over 50, Tector now into the 40s.
They need to keep the scoreboard ticking.
So they have a great understanding of each other, of what they need to do. Yes, boundaries are hard to come by, but they need to keep the scoreboard ticking.
And he's beautifully worked here. Marumani has almost pulled off an absolute blinder.
And he's beautifully worked here. Marumani has almost pulled off an absolute blinder here. Had moved beautifully to his left. Just got a glove on this one. 117 for 2. Beautifully to his left. Just got a glove on this one. 117 for 2. Bernie and Tector, ODI cricket and partnership. It's over 60 together. 200. Bernie and Tector in ODI cricket and partnership average over 60 together. 200 partnerships. 550 partnerships. They've been running really well together. It's the understanding that they share. And 550 partnerships. They've been running really well together. He's played the slog sweep, but he's not got into a good position for the shot.
Oh,
he's had a go at that one.
He's
played the slog sweep, but he's not got into a good position for the shot.
By Raza. Yeah, definitely that's not the position to play the slog sweep on. Straight up by Raza. Fortunate ball burning.
Raza, when you see a guy who predominantly bowls off spin, hit towards that Schmidt wicket where Wesley Madewere is fielding. Raza, for me, when you see a guy who predominantly bowls off spin, this time he's going hit towards that Schmidt wicket where Wesley Madewere is fielding. Second time we